Right, let's see. What's everybody saying? I think my predictions are pretty good for this card, you know. I just have a feeling I'm pretty accurate here. So I do. Especially with the main event. I think Volk gets it done, like. I'm telling you right now, Volkanovski beats him. Volk beats him. I'm calling it. And do you know what else is weird, right? I know people will say that Diego Lopez is the bigger threat out of the two, like he's the bigger puncher, but in less fights, Volkanovski has more KO, TKO wins than what Diego Lopez has. That's facts. Although the person who's more than likely to get a finish is Diego Lopez, although that is just a wee stat to put in there. I hope Chandler doesn't win. I just see him. Do you know what I see? I see him hitting Pimlet, dropping Pimlet, and then it's like like a protest, like an early stoppage. Like Pimlet was never out, but he had a load of unanswered shots, maybe, or Michael Chandler fucking punched him in the back of the head. It'll be like a weird sequence, you know what I mean? But I want Paddy Pimlet to win. Where's the event at? Miami. UFC 314 is in Miami. Thank you for the roses, mate. Yair. Me, I'm trying to speak the. Thanks for the follow. I'm trying to speak the Pitbull win into existence. I've wanted to see Pitbull in the UFC for ages. I think it'll be a dangerous first round for him, but I think he get the job done. Nah, I think Movsar's fighting the winner regardless. There is a chance. I mean, the sequence that I see if Volk does get KO'd is very similar to the Sadiq Youssef matchup with the rear uppercut. Pimlet can definitely sub Michael Chandler. I just don't see him grappling with Michael Chandler, as in taking him down to then get the submission. The only way I see it really is if one, he drops him and then gets a submission locked up, or Michael Chandler initiates the grappling and Pimlet submits him from his back. Thanks for the follow, mate. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, it'll be hard to top this card this year, in my opinion. You think Pitbull will win by KO? There's a chance, like, he is coming off a TKO win. Bryce is not beating Silva. He is. The only reason Bryce Mitchell's a massive underdog is because of what he said. Thanks for the follow, mate. That's the only reason. If Bryce Mitchell didn't say what he said online, he would be the favorite in this matchup. What's everyone's most anticipated matchup for the card? I think it'll be dangerous enough for Volk. If you're picking Lopez to beat Volkanovski, you're relying that Lopez KOs him, and he KOs him early. Like, you're not seeing anybody go, I think Lopez over 5 rounds. Do you think Mexican someday will be good at MMA? They've got a couple of decent fighters, like, but not at the level the UFC are like dying for them to be at. Yeah, Pitbull wins. Couldn't agree more, mate. Yeah, Chandler versus Pimlet will be good. I think there's a guaranteed finish in that fight. Gene Silva wins. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's going to get completely out-grappled by Bryce Mitchell for 3 rounds. It's crazy the amount of, like, hype Gene Silva and his teammates have been able to generate, like, and it's all going to be taken away from Bryce Mitchell. Saint Denis or Joel Alvarez. Joel Alvarez is probably the right answer, but I just see Benoit Saint Denis being able to beat him. Don't know why. It's the same way I see JDM beating Bilal on that card. Nikita beats Reyes. Yeah, I agree. Lopez can definitely beat Volk because remember, Silva also has great BJJ. Remember, Gene Silva was taken down multiple times by Charles Jourdain, who's a bantamweight now and isn't a grappler. I'm going to go 5 for 5, man. I am. I think Volk will win the fight against Lopez. Two judges will score 4-1 Volk. One judge will score 3-2 Volk. Whatever the Maz is on that one, you can let me know. I think it's going to be one of them ones. I think Chandler's going to catch him in the third round as Paddy starts to slow down. I can see Paddy hurting Chandler and like rushing a finish like he done in the Ferguson fight. And then I can see him tiring out like he done in the Ferguson fight. And Chandler's just been more proven over 5 rounds, catches him over the top, drops Pimlet, and Pimlet will be with it. And I think they'll like protest an early stoppage. Although I want Pimlet to win. Pitbull by decision early a KO, not sub. He's going to sub him. Why do you think Krylov wins? He's one of the most underrated fighters on the roster. I don't really care to see Nate Diaz back, to be honest, man. It's true though that Hamzat would beat Anderson Silva. Prime, whatever version of Anderson Silva, like the one that fought Forrest Griffin, whatever version of Anderson Silva, Hamzat mauls him. Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, a lot of people are downplaying the Volkanovski, the Volkanator. Aljo versus Marab. Aljo. How does Mitchell beat Silva? He grapples him for 3 rounds. Thank you, mate. I think they're not bad picks here. I see a lot of people disagree and saying I'm going to go 0-5, like, but right, yo, ban him. Nah. What I think is going to happen with Jones Aspinall is I think it's going to happen, but I think it happens as the debuting event on Netflix. I think the UFC are keeping that in their back pocket. I think that is what main events the UFC Netflix debut. Yeah, Pitbull might be too far past it. Thank you for the follow. But everyone's saying, oh, Yair's going to KO Pitbull. Yair's last KO was in 2018, and it was that elbow against the Korean Zombie. Like, it's not as if he's been KOing a lot of people. Yeah, they'll do moves, though. Why Krylov? I just think he's better than Dominic Reyes at the minute. What pick are you least confident in? Probably the Pitbull pick, to be honest. Why Chandler? I just a good couple of reasons, to be honest. He's more proven over 5 rounds. He's a big puncher. Pimlet has his hands low sometimes when he's exchanging, has his chin in the air. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like the Jacoby win for Dominic Reyes is a good win, but looking at the Anthony Smith one's pretty difficult because it's Anthony Smith. There's no way you're counting a TKO. Like Bran Ortega's shoulder went out of place in the Yair Rodriguez matchup. You're no way you're counting that as a fucking KO win or a TKO win. There's no way he get injured. What's next for Leon? Probably the GFL. Nah, man, you have to trust Volk. Trey Sean Gore's losing. Reyes wins. Voice break, fucking hell. I don't think Reyes is gonna win. Yeah, exactly. Silva by TKO. It's not going to happen. He's going to get out grappled. Even Sean O'Malley's coach, when he done that interview with MMA Guru, he said he's seen footage of Gene Silva sparring for this matchup, and Gene Silva's being taken down multiple times in his sparring footage. Don't be surprised if Volk stops Diego Lopez late either. Like Bryce by sub, no, I don't see it. Gene Silva's never been subbed before. Yeah, that's another thing. You are a genius. Yeah, everyone's saying, "Oh, how much bigger Lopez is than Volk." Volk went, well, how many minutes? Someone added up for me in the comments. He went 3 rounds, or sorry, 3 25-minute fights with Max Holloway. Obviously, Lopez is a bigger puncher, but Gene Silva's not subbing Bryce Mitchell. Volk is too old now. He's not. He's not. Volk will win. Yeah, I agree with you, Evan. Silva is not subbing him. See, if you really look at the stats, Volkanovski's actually a bigger puncher than Lopez. Volkanovski is the bigger puncher. He's got more TKO slash KOs than Lopez and less fights. Volk's the bigger puncher. That's what the stats would say. Don't shoot me, but that's what the stats suggest. I think Bryce can. I don't think he's going to choose to stand with Silva, like, but he definitely can. Anderson Silva's not top 10. He's not top 5. Like, I don't know about top 10. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell, easy. That is like the lock of the card, in my opinion. How about within the UFC? Come on. The stats are telling you Lopez more fights, less KOs. Although if you're backing someone to get knocked out in this fight, it's Volkanovski being knocked out by Lopez, if we're being honest. Yeah, I am going to be putting money on Bryce Mitchell 1 gazillion%. O'Malley by KO. Do you know what? I went with O'Malley KO first time round against Marab. I'm probably going to do the same this time round. Any prelim locks? Let me see who's on the prelims. I can't even remember who's on there. Jandarova against Yao Jianan. That's on the prelims, isn't it? I'm going to go for her. Yeah, I seen O'Malley saying that he couldn't wrestle. Let's wrestle, let's wrestle, let's wrestle. Yeah, man, I actually thought, I'm gonna be honest, I thought Krylov was hit with some fucking heavy artillery. Like, that's why we hadn't seen him in donkeys. Like, but I think he beats Dominic Reyes. Islam versus Ilya predictions. Ilya KOs him. Why is everyone saying how does Bryce Mitchell win this fight? It's fucking obvious. And if Bryce Mitchell didn't say those things on his podcast, everybody would be picking Bryce Mitchell to win this fight. How is he not going to beat Gene Silva? Gene Silva got taken down multiple times by Charles Jourdain. The guy isn't a grappler. The guy's a bantamweight. Bryce Mitchell is an elite level grappler. He's controlled the likes of Edson Barboza. He was able to grapple. He actually got the better of Ilya Topuria in some of their grappling exchanges. The guy can strike as well. Bryce Mitchell's better than Gene Silva. He's going to beat him easy. Trust me. 30-27, Bryce Mitchell. I am putting money on it. Habib versus Ilya. That could be an interesting one. Do you see Carlos Prates and he doesn't like fighting 5 rounds. He doesn't like that he's fighting 5 rounds now. You have to look into that, like with Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary will beat him. Like, is there any featherweight you think can beat Volk? Yeah. Dumas is going to get beat. I can't say his second name. Michael Olaseychuk, is that how you say his name? Coming off the loss, if I remember correctly, to Shower Bullet, he's going to win. Habib is just a marauder. People forget, man. Who can beat Volk? Do you know what? I was gonna say Ilya, but that's stupid. He's a lightweight now. Lopez has a good chance of beating him. For some reason, I can see Movsar Evloev beating him, which pains me. Who else is in the division? That's probably it, to be honest. A lot of people are saying Bryce Mitchell's going to get KO'd. It's fucking absurd to me. It's insane. It's insanity. Laurel Murphy. Oh, Bryce Mitchell as well, coached as well. No, Bryce is going to take him down, out grapple him dominantly for all 3 rounds. How can I be different today? That was a good one, bro. Laurel Murphy versus Aljo. Let's just do Aljo versus Arnold Allen. Let's stop fucking about. Thanks for the follow. If Bryce Mitchell had a full training camp for Josh Emmett, he doesn't get KO'd that quickly. I'm not saying he doesn't get knocked out, but he has a way better account of himself. Laurel Murphy. If Evloev wins that fight night, he should face the winner. That fight night's off and good. Aaron Pico, who would I matchmake for him? Who's at like the bottom of the rankings? If the UFC want to get him in the rankings, give him something fucking at the bottom. Yeah, Aljamain Sterling's better than his rank in the featherweight division. Guy was very unlucky against Mozart. Where am I from? I'm from Northern Ireland, man. Yeah, Evloev versus Pico's off apparently. Good. What a fucking stupid matchup in the first place. Why would he get that matchup? That makes sense. I see Bryce Mitchell just out grappling him for 3 rounds. Don't disrespect Aljo like that, please. Marab is clear of Aljo, true. What's next for Kyle Bralho? Hopefully, Robert Whittaker. Where did you get your name from? A 50 Cent song? I can't lie. I can't lie. Off Get Rich or Die Trying on that album. That's where I got the name from. Needed a name, heard that in a song and thought, I'll pick that name, and then realized I had to add the O2 at the end of it because just the original was taken. Yeah. The Wonder Kid back in the 90s. That's hilarious. Yeah. Just let Mozart wait. Like, the thing with Mozart as well is, does anybody even want to watch the guy fight? No. So just keep him on the sidelines. Thank you for the follow. No, I don't think Krylov will be champion. Although, don't be surprised if you see him fighting for the belt near the end of the year. Like, who's better, Oberg or Roundtree? I think Khalil Roundtree is overrated. Like, I can't lie. I think Imabov's underrated, and he should be fighting for the belt over Hamzat. Yeah. Yeah, Mozart versus Aljo was entertaining. I wouldn't mind if they just went, right, we're doing this a 5-round fight night main event. I would be happy enough to see that. I think Goldberg should get the title shot after one more win. I agree. Volk's gonna win. Can we stop with the fucking negativity, please? Volk will deadass beat Mozart. All Mozart. Yeah, Mozart's hands are pretty underrated though. I think his boxing is actually quite alright. Ulberg is the best light heavyweight on earth. God bless. Mate, if Volkanovski TKOs Diego Lopez, don't be surprised. I'm telling you, he has it in his locker. Yeah, Mozart doesn't have much power. Yeah, the Arnold Allen one was a bit of an unfortunate one. When's last Volk got KO? Volk got his last KO would have been Yair Rodriguez TKO. I feel like they're way. Yeah, yeah. Unless he subs them, like I don't think Volk's been subbed before in his career. I thought Jan Blachowicz was very unfortunate in that matchup. So would I. Korean Zombie was before that. Was before that matchup. Yeah, he stopped him. Bryce will have to be perfect for. Can we start with a Gene Silva glaze? Elliot Taporia is going to close the distance on Islam, get him out of there inside 3 rounds. Bryce by submission. Gene's never been submitted though, so it's kind of hard for me to go with that take. Although I don't think it's crazy. My favorite fighter at the minute or all time. Do you know what I actually want to see that doesn't make sense? Is Dustin Poirier Max 3. Gene would low key lose to Josh Emmett. That'd actually be a fun fight to see. Remember they were talking about that for a while? I've never seen it. Favorite fighter of all time. Cue the casual comments. McGregor. Favorite fighter right now. Probably Taporia, to be honest. Like I am looking forward to seeing Taporia fight. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, like, because at least Poirier gets a win, and it's a big payout for him against Diaz. But I don't really care to see it, like, to be honest. Yeah, McGregor for a lot of people is the reason why they got into watching the sport. Like, although someone will try and fucking come off with like, no, my favorite fighter's Holly Holm. Actually, I was really invested in her boxing career and then followed her to MMA, and I just fell in love with the sport. Fucking shut up, you dork. Your favorite fighter's McGregor, just like everyone else. Pimlet subs Chandler. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Right, yo, fucking who keeps going on about me saying Leon would be the greatest welterweight of all time. I don't recall. Find out where I said that. I don't remember it. I do remember it. At the time, me saying Leon was going to be the best welterweight of all time wasn't a bad take. It was actually a very, very universally accepted take. Ilya knocks out Islam. Sean Brady would beat everybody in 170. A part of me's like, if Ian Gary got that close to submitting Shavkat, Sean Brady will sub him. And then I'm like, on the other hand, Sean Brady has got a lot to be desired on the feet, in my opinion, as well. Although Shavkat defensively on the feet isn't great, but I don't think Sean Brady has that punch power to really earn Shavkat's respect. Islam subs Ilya. It's the best fight to make right now in MMA. Make Ilya versus Islam. Let's stop pissing about. What does that mean, man? Topuria beats Orman. Topuria beats every lightweight. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say it. Ian Gary is good. How long have I been a fan for? Fuck, honestly, I don't know, man. Too long. Islam beat Volk, definitely. DDP higher on all time than Leon. Agreed. Volk's one win off. Sorry, not Volk. DDP's one win off being the best middleweight of all time. If DDP beats Hamzat, best middleweight of all time, don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Lopez finishes Volk. There's a chance that could happen. There is a chance. Although, let's stop being so negative, please. How is that recency bias is crazy? Before you say, well, what about how many title defenses Anderson Silva has? Name me all his title defenses. Name me all the plumbers that he beat way back in the day. Name them. You think Pitbull's going to get KO'd? Nah, he subs him. I think Yair is going to be ragdolled in the later stage of the fight and subbed. Ilya or Habib? Next question. Hypothetically, do you pay for pay-per-views? Yes, I actually do. I have that Discovery Plus membership. Yeah, Volk loses, he retires, definitely. Gene Silva's not winning. Can we stop saying that? Gene Silva's not winning. The fuck do we keep saying that for? When I'm doing watch-alongs, I'd rather just have a good quality, to be honest. Thanks for the follow. Opinions on Volk's custom fight shorts? Not alright. Don't say Gene Silva. Just say Bryce Mitchell, please. Nah, I don't think if Dominic Reyes if he loses here, I don't think he retires. Like, Volk's going to sleep. Come on. Stop fucking lying. Just talking rubbish. Ilya or Habib? You keep asking me. Ilya knocks him out. Oh, I'm not too sure. Gene Silva can definitely catch Bryce Mitchell. That is a concern. Volk is going to remind people. Jan versus Umar, who would win? Petr Yan. Yair beats Pitbull. A lot of people are saying that. Lopez. Do you know what I was thinking, right? You know the way they've got Aldo on UFC 315 and Henry Cejudo's just said he's having one more fight? Why don't we take Aldo out of that fight and International Fight Week to open up the main card, Aldo, Henry Cejudo. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do something exciting for once? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do something that's a bit people might actually want to see? A fight that people might actually care to see Aldo in. How about we do something like that? I know that's not what the UFC's been doing with Aldo recently, but how about we do that? Let's try something out. Let's try something new. Let's try and be exciting. I don't want Chandler to win, but see you at the top. I think he is getting the job done. I can't lie. No, because I want to see him fight Ilya, but I understand if he moves up, like. Oh, prime for prime, Conor Ilya. Don't make me pick, please. Yeah, I don't know why they made that fight. I'd be happy enough if they just said, look, we're doing Ilya Oliveira. I could get on board with that 1 gazillion%. Ilya versus Movsar. Ilya knocks him out. Who beats Ilya right now? Nobody. Ankalaev DDP. Probably Ankalaev. Or actually, I don't know. I need to see what DDP looks like in the light heavyweight division. Not John Pork and Tim Cheese. And we Henry the hula hoop. I think a guy finishes. Carlos Prates calls me crazy. You're not crazy, mate. Do you train? I do when I can. Do as much as I can. Which isn't that much. Nah. We don't want to see Carlos Prates win. We want Ian Gary to win. Come on. Let's lock in here, folks. But that's going to do me for tonight because I need to charge my phone. Right. Alright, mates. Thanks for tuning in on the live, lads. I'll try and get on a bit more often. Yeah. 100. Adios, amigo.